One of the biggest trades of the day has occurred, with Jrue Holiday being sent to the Milwaukee Bucks. I do like this trade for the Bucks, and with the recent sign and trade of Bogdan Bogdanovic, I'm starting to believe in the Bucks even more. There is one big concern I have with this deal that I'll be going over in today's video, but for the most part, I think the Bucks are set up beautifully for the 2021 season. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. I'm trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about this trade. Firstly, what did the trade involve? The Milwaukee Bucks sent to the New Orleans Pelicans Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, 3 future first-round picks, and 2 future pick swaps for Jrue Holiday. I'm not gonna lie, on paper, it seems as if the Bucks got finessed, and I nearly titled this video that until the Bogdanovic deal went down. If Giannis does end up leaving in 2021, that is terrible for Milwaukee. Sure, they'll have some solid players, but they aren't going anywhere, and there's no way for them to rebuild as they've just traded a bunch of their first-round picks. However, getting another playmaker like Holiday was essential, so I don't think it's all doom and gloom. They just gotta hope they win it all to secure Giannis long term. For the Pelicans, briefly on paper, this looks like a win. If Giannis does leave Milwaukee, they would have absolutely robbed the Bucks with all of those draft picks because they got a ton back. But even if he doesn't, it's still a solid move for them. They didn't need Jrue Holiday as part of their future, so to get what they got in return is definitely good enough. Let's look at this trade a bit more in depth now though, starting with the Pelicans. Again, the Pelicans have the potential to absolutely rob the Bucks in broad daylight. If Giannis leaves, the Bucks are simply going to be average or worse, making the picks they got extremely valuable. Considering how many they have, they'd be setting themselves up elitely for the future. Even if Giannis does stay and the picks aren't worth as much, this is still a good deal for New Orleans. A first round pick will always be valuable and usable, and getting back guys like Bledsoe and Hill are nice additions too. They don't fit the timeline of the team and will probably be moved down the track, but it's not an awful move to gain them. They had to be included in the deal for salary purposes, so it is what it is I guess, but it's clear they won't be around for long. Hill might, but definitely not Bledsoe. Overall, if I had to give this trade right now for the Pelicans a grade, I'd lean towards a B. But again, if Giannis does leave, it's an A+. This could go many ways for New Orleans, but as of right now, it's a smart decision for the future, and makes a lot of sense for their franchise. For the Bucks, I was a bit skeptical of this deal at first. As I've mentioned many times, giving up so many picks is very risky, especially if Giannis dips out of nowhere like KD did with OKC back in 2016. But I think after the Bogdanovic trade, Giannis has been secured. This team is now pretty loaded and have the potential to go crazy next season. The starting lineup of Jrue Holiday, Bogdanovic, Middleton, Giannis, and Lopez is ridiculous to think about, and is probably the best in the entire league. The defensive level of that squad is just insane. It's hard to see a lot of teams breaking it down effectively for an entire 7-game series. The Bucks have really solved all of the problems they had so far this offseason. Looking at the Jrue Holiday trade more specifically now, how will he fit in Milwaukee, and is this a good deal for the Bucks? Personally, the pairing of Giannis and Holiday is fantastic. Whilst Jrue does need the ball in his hands quite a lot to be effective, he can still be a good floor spacer for Giannis when he takes the ball up the court, and I think the combination of Giannis and Holiday would be low-key amazing. The pick and roll would just be insane. What the Bucks really need Holiday for though is for the playoffs, and when half-court basketball comes into play more often. No offense to Giannis, but he's very one-dimensional, and Miami showed to everyone in the second round just how to slow him down. With another guy like Holiday to worry about, situations like that don't happen, as there are multiple focuses of players to guard. This would 1. give Giannis more space and freedom that he needs in the playoffs, as I'm assuming Holiday would have a substantial gravitational pull, and also 2, if Giannis does again struggle, Milwaukee will have that all-star level playmaker to rely on instead. This then assures the ball won't end up in the hands of a mediocre offensive creator, and thus making the Bucks a much more deadly, legitimate threat for the NBA championship. Bogdanovic helps improve this even further with his elite spacing ability. He shot 37% from 3 this season on 7 attempts per game, and in the Bucks system, I expect that to improve even further. Again, the starting lineup is what makes me the most excited for the Bucks next season. I just can't picture many teams getting past that, aside from maybe the Lakers. The Milwaukee Bucks have done bits this offseason to ensure Giannis has the talent around him he needs to succeed, and to also ensure that he stays with the franchise long term. It's really hard to see him leaving now, so I have to give the Bucks an A for these trades for now. They've taken a risk, and perhaps they did give up too much for both players, but these were clearly rushed deals they wanted to get done ASAP. They know how important having a back-to-back MVP is, and they don't want to lose him for nothing. Overall, I have to say, the Bucks are my favorites to win it all next season now, probably behind the Lakers if anyone. Though they lost a fair amount of depth, the starting talent around Giannis makes the Bucks so much more diverse, which is what they need to succeed. The Bucks are looking really scary right now, and I can't wait to see them play next season. They're gonna be a fun team to watch. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? Who won the Jrue Holiday trade to you? Milwaukee or New Orleans, and why? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.
I step with diligent men and slam round their full man super. Rise to don't leave him up high. Women in circle, keep up like round. Yes, girl, that's down on the wheel. 4-man team, let's confirm this kill. Hit back.